sorry about that. I am working with some pretty limited recording software at the moment, so I cut out while I got the first video uploaded. Now I'm back. While I was waiting on it to upload, I went ahead and I drew some more little animals that tend to show up in freshwater regions. So I have a duck right here. I got a little turtle. This is a catfish, and the catfish is something that you would expect to see in the aphotic zone. The aphotic zone is called such because it gets less sunlight coming down. In fact, let me draw some rays of sunlight coming through. That helps illustrate why we call it the aphotic zone. Because I don't know if it's easy to see that I drew it in yellow, the worst of all color pencils. But it tends not to penetrate into the aphotic zone, and so you end up with larger fish in this region. Tends to be things that would eat other fish that can hang out up here in the photic zone. Big things like catfish. If you've ever gone noodling, you're typically reaching into the aphotic zone to get to these big flathead catfish that hang out there, get like 5-6 feet long. And below that, at the very bottom of our freshwater region, we have something called the benthic zone. What likes to hang out in the benthic zone are things that can survive with very little light. We're talking scavengers like worms. Things like that. There we go. We got a little worm right there. Things like anaerobic bacteria. Because something else to remember too is that, all the oxygen in this environment is up here. All the oxygen is present around the surface of the water. And that's because when oxygen hangs out at the top of it, you'll actually have some of it dissolve in. I know that's crazy to think about. But think about like carbon dioxide in your soda. Well, the same way that you can get that gas into your soda, a little bit of oxygen can make it into the water. And fish like this breathe quote unquote, that oxygen through their gills. But things down here, they don't have as much access to that oxygen that's dissolved in this surface water. It's way down here where there's not a lot of oxygen in the water itself. So these things don't need as much of it to survive. We have things like anaerobic bacteria that eat all of the dead things that fall down into the benthic region. And as such, they will eat all of the detriment that falls down, all of the fish poop and everything, all the little bits of dead animal that fall down, any dead plant matter that would fall down. And as they eat it, they'll take all of that organic material and they'll recycle it back into the soil, where eventually it makes its way back out into the environment. So this is the diagram that I have made that I would turn in if I were doing this assignment. Yours doesn't have to be this immaculate. Yours doesn't have to have as many little plants and animals and such. But I do encourage you to kind of put your all into this. It's an opportunity to be creative while still learning a little bit about how freshwater environments are organized. All right, so thank you guys very much. Have a wonderful day.